Welcome back to another video. My name is Liam, and today we're going to be talking about sleep. So what is sleep? Sleep is a natural recurring state of the rest of the body and mind. It gives is like is very important for physical and mental well-being. So yeah, such as tissue repairing, restoration, and restore your energy. So there's different types of sleep stages. For example, one of the stages I know is called deep sleep. Deep sleep is a type of thing that when you go into deep sleep, you're pretty much not aware of your surroundings. That's when your body repairs tissues, strengthens the immune system, and restores energy. Um, and yeah, so that's when the body is completely out. And yeah, so generally speaking, most adults need about 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night for optimal function. Children and teens require more, from around 9 to 14 or 9 to 12, depending on the activity levels and a lot more things. So they need more sleeps than adults. And elderly people should be the same as adults, because elderly people are not as active as children or teens. So that's why they still don't need as much sleep as them. So there's a different type of rhythm to consider, like this. For example, there's sleep disorders, like one of them is insomnia, which is difficulty falling or staying asleep, which is often caused by stress, anxiety, or medical conditions. And another one is called sleep apnea, which is breathing during sleep, which can lead to frequent awakenings and poor sleep quality. And narcolepsy, which is a condition causing sudden, uncontrollable bouts of sleep during the day. And yeah, so those are some of the terms about sleep disorders. Benefits of sleep. Well, there are many benefits. We're not going to go into too much depth into that. But physical health, sleep will help restore and repair the body. It regulates hormones, supports the immune system, immune function, and aids in muscle recovery. And sleep is good for mental health. It boosts your emotion. It makes you happier. It gives you mental clarity. It helps you process information throughout the day. It, it helps with get cognitive function and learning, improves your learning, gives you better mood overall. Lack of sleep is linked to depression, anxiety, and a lot more stuff. So make sure to get your sleeping, guys. And sleep hygiene. Going to bed and waking up on time each day helps regulate the body's internal rhythm. And make sure the environment you're sleeping in is a dark, quiet room that is in the right temperature. Avoid caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol before bed. Otherwise, these stuff are going to make you stay awake for longer. And and before you go to bed, try to do meditation, deep breathing, or reading. And is a great way to hopefully um, convince your body that it's time to sleep. Because research has shown that, you know how soldiers, how did they go to sleep? Well, soldiers go to sleep. You know it, when they're in the army, they have to go to sleep very quickly because they don't have time. So how they sleep is simply they stretch their legs, they stretch themselves as much as possible before they sleep. That's the quickest way. So if you want to sleep as quick as possible, what I recommend is uh, you stretch your body, you stretch your legs, try to stretch before you sleep. That's a great way to keep your body to promote it to sleep. Otherwise, if you do not stretch before going to bed, it may be harder for sleeping. There's many research showing this, but yeah, try to stretch before you sleep, which can really help you sleep faster and quicker. And make sure to manage your weight, because poor sleep, I mean, what I meant is that make sure that you sleep properly, like you sleep enough hours and whatnot, because poor sleep is isolated with weight gain, as it disrupts the hunger relating hormones and it increases cravings for unhealthy foods. So you'd be more tempted for trying for more unhealthy foods because your body has hunger hormones. So yeah, make sure to sleep on time. And your sleep deprivation is linked to increased risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and stroke. So yes, if you don't sleep well, it can link to those things. And the lack of sleep can weaken the immune system, making it easier to get sick during the winter seasons. And make sure to not use blue light, because blue light from mobile phones, computers, TVs, whatever, can interfere with the production of melatonin, the hormone which melatonin is a hormone that's responsible for making you feel sleepy. Using electrical devices late at night can make it harder to fall asleep. So make sure to not use your phone just before going to bed. Instead, I recommend you reading a book instead, a physical book instead, before you go to bed, or do a quick 5 minute stretch before you go to bed. And yeah, there's different types of age groups. Like for example, newborns sleep about 14 to 17 hours a day, including naps. Their sleep cycles are shorter than children and teens or even adults. And children and teens, as they grow, their sleep needs decrease, but they still more than adults. Older adults, typically 40, 50 plus, I think, sleep patterns change with age. Many older adults experience more fragmented sleep, and they may have trouble staying asleep because then activity levels are not as high as so that's why make sure to exercise, as I told you. And dreams occur, and yeah, some people encounter dreams. I'm not really an expert into why dreaming happens, but they can happen in many reasons. They help with problem solving and whatnot based on your life. And yeah, so sleep is fundamental for maintaining your physical health, mental clarity, emotional being. Prioritizing quality sleep and maintaining good sleep hygiene are very important. So yeah, make sure to sleep. So what is sleep? So now what we're going to do is we're going to answer your guys' questions relating to sleep. As I told you, I want to make this topic as much detailed as possible. So what is sleep apnea? Sleep apnea is a sleep disorder when the person breathes repeatedly, stops and starts during sleep. The most common type of obstructive sleep apnea is basically occurs when the muscles in the throat relax excessively, like blocking the airways. It causes poor sleep quality and increase the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, and stroke. So that's basically sleep apnea. Like the person is breathing repeatedly, stops, and starts doing sleeping, which can disturb the heart when it's trying to pump blood at a low rate. And yeah, so how can you improve your sleep quality? Well, there's many different things you can do. Like for example, what you can do is stick to a regular sleeping schedule. Like make sure to go bed on time, what your routine is, follow a timetable or checklist that's going to keep you accountable. Follow a bedtime routine such as reading, meditation, and limit all the caffeine and whatnot. Keep your bedroom cool at an appropriate temperature, dark and quiet. Avoid screen before bed, ideally 30 to 60 minutes before bed. Exercise regularly, but not before bedtime. Exercise as in like do stretches before you go to bed. So some people have been asking me, why do we dream? Like dream, um honestly I'm not really sure, but I think dream plays a role in processing your emotions, like memories and experiences, like that your brain processes information, whatever you've done throughout the day. Like it helps regulate your mood depending on how you've lived your life, I think. So yeah, there's not really an answer to that, to be honest. What is an asomia and how can it be treated? And how can you treat this condition? It is when you are unable to fall asleep or stay asleep despite having an opportunity, despite you trying to sleep. It can be, there's many different reasons, from stress, anxiety, medical conditions, or poor sleep habits. Like those are the type of things that can cause sleep anomia, asomnia. uh, Treatments can be, you know, try to change up your lifestyle, take medications and whatnot. Another question people try to say is, can naps replace a full night's sleep? Like people don't want to spend 8 hours sleeping. They want to focus on working or doing something else or scrolling on their phone all night, which I don't blame them. But the answer to this is naps can relieve sleep and provide a temporary energy boost. They can't fully replace a full night of sleep, typically 7 to 8 hours. Napping for if you sleep for too long or too late in the night, it can also interfere with the nighttime sleep. So make sure to sleep in the appropriate daytime and whatnot that your body is typically adapted to. Some people are worried because they tend to wake up at the night. It's perfect. It's normal to wake up in the night. Like it happens. Like you can always fall back asleep and whatnot. What is REM? REM sleep and why is it important? So REM stands for rapid eye movement. This type of sleep is a stage by um, increases the brain activity and gives you vivid dreaming. Like you tend to dream in this stage of sleeping, and it's quite important, especially for learning emotion processing. The brain helps process and store information from day to day, which is great for mental health. Yes, if you have stress and anxiety, it can have a significant impact on your sleep. It can make it harder to fall asleep or even try to get to sleep. Try to maintain healthy sleep habits to reduce the effects, like because it can cause like stress and whatnot can cause these problems. Too much sleep, like you're exceeding the amount of sleep, it can be linked to heart issues such as headaches, back pain. In my last video, I think in my last video I've talked about types of headaches. Like so go and check it out if you want to see it. I talked about types of headaches that you know that commonly associated with people. So do consider checking that out. And yeah, so too much sleep can cause headache, back pain, depression, and diabetes or even heart disease because your body's not moving. You're just sleeping all day. It's basically like sitting down on the sofa and doing nothing. It can also affect the mood and cognitive performance. What is a sleep cycle? Sleep cycle um, refers to different stages of sleep. Like there's different stages: deep sleep, REM, and each cycle lasts for about 90 minutes. And you may experience multiple cycles each night. So yeah, as people, many people are worried because as aging can link to many different problems. Some of them include sleeping. Like as people age, their sleep patterns often change. Like older adults tend to sleep more lightly, waking up more frequently during the night, as it's harder for them to fall asleep. So yeah, that's another problem. Yes, your diet can if you have a bad um depending on your diet, it can affect your sleep. Like for example, like eating certain foods before bed, like caffeine, close to bedtime, can affect your sleep. You stay awake all night. Your heart will pump more as a result of it. Whereas if you eat foods that are rich in magnesium, melatonin, or something like that, high vitamins like bananas, cherries, or something like that, they can promote your better sleep. And yeah, so overall, the sleep is very important for the human body. Everybody sleeps, and without it, you won't be able to function throughout the day, which links to well-being and whatnot. And speaking of well-being, if you guys want to improve your well-being overall, like you want to achieve certain goals in life, or you want to improve your health, or whatever it may be, do consider checking out my membership where I give you tailored advice on what you should consider doing, what steps and approach you should be taking. You get Q&A sessions with me and coaching as well. And also, yeah, you get that, and you get to join other people who are trying to achieve the same goal as you. But of course, we don't have any people as of now. So if you guys can join, then we can obviously make a community where you guys can join together in a group, like a small group, typically, I don't know, like 8 people or more. Not big, not like a big Zoom call, like a basic Zoom call, like a couple of people, like we can join and then we can discuss about your goals, or whether if it's health, whether if it's, I don't know, whatever it may be. Do consider checking it out. And yeah, so I hope this video gives you an outline on why you should, um about the science and whatnot behind sleeping, about the importance of it and whatnot. If you guys have any questions, do let me know. Like, let me know down in the comments about, like, how long have you went without sleeping? Do let me know. For me, I went sleeping. I used to, like, I remember I used to never sleep for one day. I went sleeping without one day and I felt completely fine. And then after like the second day, I started feeling the effects and I couldn't wake up the next day. I had to catch up with it. I sleep an extra 12 hours, and even then it wasn't enough. So yeah, your body, when you sleep, your body basically remembers your sleeping patterns. It's like muscle memory. When you lift weights and you don't lift it after a while, it's like that. So muscle memory is basically when you lift weights and then you don't lift it for the next couple of weeks or months. Your body has muscle memory, so when you go back to lifting again, you'll quickly be able to recover that lost muscle or lost water or whatever it may be, and then you'll be able to quickly be able to recover it. Same way with sleeping, although there's different terms for it, but your body pretty much knows when you're sleeping and whatnot, so you can't cheat the system and try to go without sleeping. So anyway, I think we'll wrap it up from here. So do consider liking, sharing, and subscribing, and I hope to see you guys soon.